So I want to talk a little about the sun. The sun is, it goes around the earth once, or around the zodiac every year. That's what a year is. The sun in the spring, it starts here, goes around throughout the year. But the earth turns, and so that makes it look like the sun goes around the earth once a day. Now, the sun, it in many ways can be considered the opposite of the moon. It represents, the moon is feminine, the sun is masculine. The moon represents the individual, creativity, the ego. It's purposeness, pride. And in most tarot decks, it's represented by the sun card. This unusual deck has the phoenix as the sun card. But as I said, it should sort of be considered the opposite of the moon. And there are 8 solar holidays called the Sabbats, which in many ways are sort of like the phases of the moon. The summer solstice is like the full moon, and the winter solstice is like the new moon, and the equinoxes are like the half moons. And so that gives you 4 solar holidays. There are also holidays that fall in between those. For example, in between the spring equinox and the summer solstice, halfway in the middle of Taurus, when the sun is at 15 degrees Taurus, is a holiday which is often known as Beltane or May Day. And it used to fall when the sun was in that particular position, but in more recent times it has been moved to suit the needs of the calendar and to put it closer to May 1st, when the actual day often occurs around May 5th. It varies from year to year, because our calendar is not exactly attuned with the movements of the sun. It's pretty close, but not exactly. That's why we have to have a leap year every 4 years and a leap century every once in a while. So, yeah, so Beltane. The summer solstice is sometimes called Lita. Halfway between the summer solstice and the fall equinox, when the sun is at 15 degrees in Leo, that is Lammas or Lughnasadh. And that is the beginning of the harvest, the very, very beginning of the harvest. Fall equinox, the harvest is well underway. And so halfway between the fall equinox and the winter solstice, when the sun is at 15 degrees in Scorpio, is Samhain or Hallows. It's the day of the end of the harvest. It's the Day of the Dead. It's a really good time to do things with spirits. In this country, the day after it is called All Saints' Day, when everybody goes to the graves to honor their loved ones. And so really a lot of the meanings of Halloween is the evening before that hallowed day. So a lot of Halloween is very much associated with Samhain. And the actual date usually occurs around November 5th, but we have a tendency to move it in the calendar to October 31st. Now, the winter solstice is, as I said, it's like the new moon.